Hey guys, Brian with House to Homestead here, and today we'll be doing a tour of our homestead. So first off, I want to say that this is probably going to be shaky, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get videos out, so here we go. This is our front yard. I'd like to put in some raised beds right here. Maybe do some low tunnels on top. I was actually looking at Johnny Seed's website this morning, looking at the Quick Hoops Bender. Gonna try to get that ordered so we can get some low tunnels put up before spring. This over here is what we're planning on doing our little orchard. So we've got about 10 different trees that we're looking at getting, and this will be where we put them. These trees up here, those all need to be cut down. They are so rotten. Every time we get a storm that comes through, then this happens. It's just totally rotten. So sorry again, guys, this is really shaky. This back here, this is my favorite place of all. This is our garden. It's kind of a mess right now. Everything's dead and got some weeds poking through, but it's going to look really good this summer. I'll bring you over here and kind of show you what our plans are. So this is the area to the left, that's the blackberries, and the right, that's the fence that fences in our back 10 acres over here. We're finally able to get that done, mid-November, I think. Been working on that wanting to get that done for about 2 years now, so we were happy to finally get that finished. This right here, this strip, I think I'll be planting in flowers. So we'll have a whole area of flowers right here. These are our blackberries, and as you can see, we didn't do a very good job on keeping the weeds pulled, but these are wild blackberries that I'd ordered from our conservation department for about, I think it was 40 cents a piece, so we got 25 of those, and we've got more of those coming the last week in April. So we'll be doing to the left over here along that fence line, those will be blackberries too, so we can have a living fence. So we're doing a back to Eden style garden using wood chips, but we have not got enough wood chips. There's never enough wood chips. We shovel and bring truckload in here, and it just doesn't seem to ever cover very much. So we've got a lot of wood chips to haul this whenever the weather starts warming up. But this area right here I plan on doing with some corn. Maybe do some Three Sisters gardening here as well, because you all know I've got plenty of seeds. These were some raised beds that we had built, and I think I'll be moving these. These I want to move to the front yard. They're not attached to the ground, they're just stuck down in there, so we'll try to get those moved. And I do need to build a few more, maybe 4 more, so we can get the front yard, or that front area will be covered, not covered, but have the 4 raised beds. So the garden's a mess, guys. I'm sorry. We didn't do a very good job picking up this year, so the temperature just kind of dropped off. But these were all bean plants. I hate tomato cages for tomatoes. They're horrible, so we ended up using them for bean plants, and it ended up working out really well. So these were on clearance at Walmart for $1 each, so we picked up 15 or so, and we'll be using those around our beans next year. Over here, these are a couple more raised beds. These are planted in garlic, so we won't be able to move these. They're going to stay put, but I don't know what else I'm going to put in here. I'm still finishing up my gardening plans for the third time, so we'll see. This area is just kind of where we've thrown all of the ends of the tomato plants and the okra and just kind of the leftovers of the garden. It's just been thrown here, and that's been fine. So over here, this was our first raised bed. This is where it all started. We did use these cattle panels as trellises for pole beans, and it worked out really well. But it was kind of a nightmare to get in there because we'd planted okra, and the okra grew like trees. So we'll be taking these down and putting them over here in this area. We used them for the tomatoes, and they ended up working really well. So this area will be tomatoes and with garlic and onions planted. This whole area right here. This is our greenhouse, which I am so excited about. It's kind of a mess. It's not done. We've still got to add a roof, which we will be using the clear corrugated panels on. But these sides, these were free. My father-in-law had these, and I don't know if they're going to work. We're going to find out. It's kind of an experiment. So here it is. Inside here, I've got a shelf and a pegboard. I'll be able to hang up all my gardening supplies and hopefully get this going as soon as we get the roof on. So I've built a pallet table here, and I've got room for one more. We'll probably have to build it inside here because I don't know how else we're going to be able to get it in here, so that's okay. That is our pump for our cellar. We have what we think is an artesian well inside of there, and whenever we get some serious rain, then it floods, so we have to have a pipe to pump it out. So I'll show you guys that in another video. Over here we've got our compost bins, which again is a mess. Everything's a mess. I'm sorry. We've got to clean all that up, and that's on the mile-long to-do list. But here is some more of our property. This is for the cows, so all of this, we've got to get that raked up and put on the garden. We did that last year whenever we had just started, and it ended up being some of the best soil that we had, or that we'd ever seen. So we've got a lot of raking up to do with that. Over here, this is the pigs. Hey, pigs. So, I'm not sure what we're going to be putting in here once we get the pigs butchered, but we'd originally built this place for our goats. We were supposed to be getting goats twice this past year, and both times fell through, so we ended up getting pigs. So we've got these two guys, and we're going to have to take them off here in a couple months. So still deciding. We really want turkeys, so I thought this might make a good turkey pen. I don't know, we'll see. Back here, this is more of our property. We've got 23 acres here, so kind of weird the way they laid this out, but it is what it is. So we've got a creek that runs. There's a pond way back there. There's an additional 23 acres to the left or to the right of us, and we would really like to buy that one day, but we've got to finish up what we've got first. So anyways, there's a pond over there, and there's a creek that runs all the way through this over here. So back there, my husband has been cutting brush like a wild man, and we've got all kinds of stuff that we need to get picked up and burned, and it's just a mess. So Here's a lean-to that we built. This is a shelter for the cows. Get out of the weather. This is our dog pen, but we did plant green beans all along the cattle panels on the outside, and it worked out really well. So I don't know if we'll be doing that again next year. I guess we'll see. Here's our barn. We've still got to put corrugated metal on the front. Looks horrible, but right here, this is going to be our berry patch. We're going to have raspberries all through here, so it's about, I don't know, 15, we're going to do about 15 feet out, and it's probably 30 feet by 15 feet patch, so we'll be able to fit a lot of raspberries in here. Over here it's our tractor. We got that in 2016, last year. But it's so nice having a tractor of our own. We don't have to call on our neighbor anymore, so I guess I should have come around this way. So this is, for now, where we're storing all of our round bales. I really would like to move it and put it inside here. That way we can put a fence around it. That way the cows can't get to it. That way we can move all of these. I had originally wanted to do our sweet potatoes here, but I think I've changed my mind. I want to plant our elderberry plants and our chokeberry plants here. The way I had planned it in the beginning was to put it in the back of the garden, and I think it's just going to create too much shade, so I think that will be the area that we do the